This guy, simply put, is one of the most important voices in the hip-hop game of all time. King of the motherfucking South. He's got a new album out tonight at midnight called Paperwork, the Motion Picture. New York City, a warm motherfucking welcome, the eve of his album, my man T.I. And a name, I set you up. Get up here. And also give it up for my brother Ebro from Ebro in the Morning.
Yo, y'all give it up for our brother Rosenberg, man. Give it up. Juanito's got the music prepared, Tip.
Cool.
And it's been a long time for you. It's been a real long time. A lot of people don't know that the road that you traveled to get back to this place wasn't an easy one. So we're going to go on that journey again. That's cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, before we take any more time, though, the first record you wanted us to get into is a record by the name of King.
Yeah, that's the top of the album.
You declared yourself king. How many years ago was that, King of the South?
Was it 2000? So what is this? It was 14 years ago. About
14
to be 15
years ago.
Yeah.
You know, most artists don't make it this far, sir.
Sheesh. I mean,
y'all know that, right? Y'all know, you guys do realize that this is very rare. Somebody who's won Grammys, been through wars, put his family on television, came back again, put out another album. A lot of times those, you know, people don't make it through that. So talk about that. How's it feel?
I mean, I ain't made it the way I'm going yet. I haven't done enough yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going. You know, of course, I feel that is a wonderful perspective that you just presented, because in my eyes, I feel like I'd have been a lot farther now had it not been for some of the stops and starts and stops and starts. So although I'm blessed and gracious to be able to be here today, in my eyes, I ain't did enough. I'm still going. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you're notoriously the type of person that's very competitive. I've known you for a long time. This guy, you can't even go out and play golf with this dude without him turning into a whole thing. Like, everything is a thing. But, you know, as you've gotten older now, how many kids you guys have?
6.
6 children.
Yeah.
Your that competitive nature, is that something that you've tried to instill in some of your young people? Or, because I think it's Major kind of has that.
All of them have it in a different way, though.
In a different way.
I mean, you know how you have the different dynamics of T.I.? You know what I'm saying? You don't ever know which one you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And I think like, I think each of my children grab from their own piece of that dynamic. I think that Major has a part of me that King doesn't. King has a part of me that the money doesn't. The money has a part of me that Neek doesn't. And so on for Deja and Messiah as well. And I think that my diversity shows up in the personalities and the lives of my children.
So now
how's your dog?
See, I knew
wait
he
a
was
minute
gonna do
now.
that.
Wait a
I knew
minute.
that was
Hold
gonna
up.
happen.
Stop that. Hold up, because you are a new father.
I am a new
and
father.
I told you. Wait a minute. I believe I told you.
Wait, talking about y'all saw how I left him like a 10-second gap. I knew he was gonna do that shit. Go ahead,
Hey,
man.
look, I remember when you was just, found out that you were expecting, and I told you, man, prepare for your life to change.
I mean,
And you told me then, it ain't nothing. I got it. And then when the baby first came, I said,
shit changed fast. We was in that bathroom having babies at the crib. It changed fast.
Right on.
Yo, we've been
Congratulations,
blessed.
by the way.
Thank you. Everything's blessed. My woman is blessed. My daughter's blessed. Thanks for all the love for the listeners too. Y'all show love all the time. Y'all know I could be a dickhead. Y'all know I could be difficult. Y'all know I could be a little difficult, but y'all show me love anyway. I appreciate y'all.
For sure.
But unlike I'm a little bit like yourself. I could be a little hard-headed.
Right.
And those things have caused you to have some setbacks.
Of course.
But you always, and this is my transition, check this, you always manage to get your paperwork correct. right? Even when you had to do time for the I think it was in Los Angeles, you was behind the wheel and it kind of
Probation violation, cause
small,
probation violation. The charge was
whatever.
it went away. I was never convicted. The charge was there was no conviction. It was thrown out of court. But the probation violation sent me back to prison. Yeah.
And I mean, you know, at that point in time, that could have been the end, and now we're here with another album dropping at midnight.
It could have been the end, man, in Cincinnati. You know what I mean?
Cincinnati could have been the end, too.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been the end October 13, 2007. You know,
Lost one of your best friends then.
yeah, I mean, well, that was in Cincinnati. October 13th was when the feds came and got me the first time. Like, you know, it could have been the end a few times, man. The grace of God, man, and just the strength of my support system is what kind of ushered me through all those situations. You know what I mean? So I've seen the end of what is supposed to look like it is the end before. I ain't scared no more. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all give it up for this man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time out. Let's get into the title song off the album, Paperwork, now.
Okay.
Explain this to us. Who produced it? What it's about?
Man, Paperwork, man, is produced by Pharrell. Give it up for Big Bro, who is, who is my, I guess, my musical mentor. I mean, I have a few of them, though. I got DJ Toon, I got Pharrell. I still consider Swiss Beats. I still consider Timberland. Like, I got a few cats that really kind of like, they really like, invested in me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about with they time, attention, with their art, their opinions. You know what I mean? Pharrell has been the most hands-on, day in, day out. You know what I'm saying? Conversation-wise, on the phone, constantly challenging my art. You know what I mean? I have other people who challenge my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, Toon would call me on some, hey man, what are you doing? You tripping? What's going on? Whereas Pharrell's like, brother, let's bring it back to the music.
Focus.
Focus. Stay with me here. You know what I'm saying? And like, Pharrell is, man, I think he's probably one of the greatest musical minds of our time. You know what I mean?
That's understatement, right? Pharrell, this guy reinvented himself, turned into a pop star on us real quick.
But rightfully so, you know what I mean? I think that, man, P really challenged me to go in different areas of my ability. You know what I mean?
And this song, Paperwork, is sonically different than anything you guys have done together before.
Sure.
And this is the latest single too, right?
Well, I won't go so far as to say that. I mean, to be honest with you, single picking, T.I., I've never been able to pick, like, okay, what's the single supposed to be? Put the body of work out there, man, and let the people choose what it. It's up to them what they want to hear, what they want to buy. I don't want to force feed what I want people, you know what I mean? I'm going to just present it all to you, I'm going to make it all available. You got some money to buy something, come to me, I got something for you.
Paperwork in stores. Right now, actually.
Yeah, right now, actually.
You can go ahead and cop that.
You should.
The next song is a good song for us to get into because we got to talk about G shit. That's gonna be the next song. A little circumstance took place between one of your artists and another rapper last week. You don't know what I'm talking about. Snoop had some unsavory things to say about Iggy Azalea. We got one of the questions had come. I don't want to take your shine. There was a person that asked this question. Let me big up Chad from the Bronx. So Snoop and Iggy are going back and forth on social media. And you were hold on now. You made a phone call. Is the way the story goes. What did you and Snoop speak about on the telephone is the question.
I mean, we spoke about a lot of stuff. We spoke about my children, his children. We spoke about, things that I was doing in my life, things he was doing in his life. The beginning of the conversation was, just like, what's up, man? What's up? big homie, what's going on?
How fast did it go from what's up to, yo, my man, you fucking up my paper, man. You talking?
First
That's my artist that's doing very well, and you.
I mean, first of all, man, like I have the utmost love, admiration, and respect for Snoop. So the conversation never began or it never made its way to that. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, I'm in the crossfire, big dog. What's going on? You know what I mean? I can't dodge me anymore, but it didn't get into an elaboration. You know what I'm saying? When I called him after what's happening, he kind of, hey, I know what you're calling for. I know what you're calling for. And guess what? It's over. It's nothing because me and him have a long-standing relationship.
To what degree, too? Because Snoop.
And it's his birthday, by the way. It's Snoop Dogg's
happy
G-Day
birthday,
today,
Snoop Dogg.
so
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to the big dog. But
It started with I thought it started as a joke.
That's what I was just about to say. The only real elaboration was the man just said, "Hey man, it was a joke that went too far, man. It ain't nothing for real. It's over. And then I went to, so how's the kids?
Right.
You know what I'm
Once
saying?
you knew that he was playing, it was like.
I mean, it wasn't even really that, man. When Snoop say it's over, it's over. You know what I mean? And I mean, man, my sister, man, she's boisterous.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
She's outspoken. You know what I mean?
Some of you may not know, but in the early days of Iggy Azalea and Ebro interviews, he knew I was going to be tough on her. So he would always come to the interview to make sure she didn't explode.
I would tell them they're not going to get an interview without me in the room. That's how it happened. As they clamored for Iggy Azalea on the interview, especially Rosenberg.
Yes, Rosenberg.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, 'cause
I say, sir, you will not get our Iggy Azalea in that room with the likes of you guys without me. Why would you? Hey, listen, man. Would anybody throw a piece of meat in front of lions without a lion tamer? If they didn't, what I'm saying. So hey, listen, man. I had to come in and conduct. I had to direct traffic.
And now look, she's a megastar, right?
As we all knew,
she's a megastar. People love her.
We all knew she would.
She's a polarizing figure too.
Absolutely,
which makes it even more interesting. There are people who really love her, and then there are people who I think are still naysayers to what she represents.
Who cares about them? I mean, like, for real, success speaks for itself. And in this day and age, if the only thing you have to speak down on a person about is their race or the whatever it is,
accent. I think that's the part. The debate started
Come
last
on.
week after this was her rap voice ain't like her real voice. That's what the whole thing went.
Did anybody charge Idris Elba for not sounding like Stringer Bell?
Or Adele, who's from England and
You know
sings
what I'm
with.
saying? No, I'm just saying now, wait a minute, man, because this is a part of art. Y'all got to realize what art is. Now, do you want somebody just to get in front of you? Or do you want somebody to entertain you and to really put on a show to the best of their ability? That is what is the most important. The time, effort, energy, the thought, and application, the skill that goes into her art. That is what is important. All that other shit, man, the blase, whoop-de-whoop, man, go on with that. Because that's not important, you know what I mean? That's a small voice in a crowded room. Like, imagine that if you pack out Madison Square Garden and you got Jay-Z finna walk out, if it's one little bitty voice in the corner saying, that nigga ain't shit. Like, for real, like, what is this voice over here, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, at the end of the day, man, beat it, cuz. Man, come on, man.
Yo, how many Grammys you got, man?
I stopped counting after the first one. I think about three or four, something. Three. There was one I should have won, and I still be counting that one, but I didn't know.
How many, if you were to rank your years of success this last year with Robin Thicke and Pharrell and Blurred Lines and all of that, you had records with Justin Timberlake. We've seen many peaks. Yeah. How would you rank where you are right now in the whole trajectory? Would you say that you're still on, have you plateaued? Are you still on a musical climb? Like, where are you in your career, in your own mind?
I think that is so difficult to answer because you got to ask in what area of entertainment are you specifically focusing on? Are we talking about music? Are we talking about film? Are we talking about
Well, I asked specifically so you could go
fashion?
through
Are
this
we
whole
talking-
process of stunting on all of us
No, I
the way
mean,
you
but
are
this-
right now.
No, I mean, but I can't really just speak. Like music is a different. Like I feel I have more life in the world of film and television, and I can't say an opinion of music without incorporating my opinion of my film, television, fashion, and technology endeavors. I have so many things to do,
Fucking
man.
God,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? I
Yo,
mean,
it's the hardest interview all the time, man. All the time. All right, so then Kevin's question is good. Kevin from Queens said, are you really going to make an ATL 2?
that is our definite intention. I spoke. I've been in very, very, very close conversations with Chris Robinson, as well as Charlie Mack for Overbrook Entertainment, as well as the head of Warner Brothers, and Lauren London and I have been speaking. We're gonna pull a best man holiday. Like the 10th anniversary is 2016, so 2015 we're gonna definitely be trying to shoot the movie to make the 10th year anniversary. We already had a story worked out and everything, but
So there's some seeds planted, but it's
there
not
are
quite.
seeds planted, and we are definitely intending to do so. We don't have Warner Brothers money, and if they don't want to put up the money, that's fine. Just release the rights and let me put the money up, and I'll go on. I'm not gonna put the money up if you
You
still.
always want to play with somebody else's money.
I mean, I do, but I would do it myself. We could put the money up ourselves as long as we have all the rights. You know what I'm saying? If I put up $5 million and we make 20, what I'm like, I should own it.
Okay, well, Tiffany from Queens, Southside Jamaica. Queens here? Anybody from Queens? All right. She wants to know, what's it like being a father and a businessman? And what advice do you have in balancing both of those endeavors for yourself? Anybody dealing with your type of business, the traveling schedule, the performance schedule, the business meeting schedule. How do you balance all of that?
I mean, for one, you have to have a system in place that supports. Like when you aren't there, you can't leave a void. You have to have a system in place that picks up where you leave off. And to enable you to do so, you have to have a system in place that keeps you going until you get back. You know what I mean? It's not, you can't do it by yourself. You know what I mean? And so I think my support system is so strong and just genuinely in it with me that it makes it possible. If I was just one man trying to do all these things at one time with no help, I'd have been done a long time ago.
Shout out to Tiny. I mean, you gotta
Sure.
shout her out for sure.
Sure.
She's been your rock for a long time.
Right on.
How long's it been now?
I don't remember.
Don't answer
14
this.
years.
Oh, good.
14
All right,
years.
all right. I was about to say, do
14
not
years.
mess this
Approaching
up.
15.
Hey, do not mess this up while I'm up here. I don't want no problems. Do not want no problems.
God.
But you guys keep it interesting.
What the hell you mean?
I mean, evidence suggests, 14 years, y'all, it was my transition into this next song, Private Show.
Wait a minute.
I mean, I never want to interview a man about his bedroom life, but
Well,
I'm sure.
don't.
But if I'm doing my job, there are women here who I'm sure want to know what the secret is to not only keeping T.I.'s attention over 14 years, but keeping their own man's attention, right, ladies? Right?
Hey, man, listen. Is it 12 o'clock yet? Is the album available for purchase? Nah, hey, look, man. I mean, let me be honest with you. Keeping it simple, the secret is just to find more ways to stay together than you have to separate. You know what I'm saying? That's really the secret.
Told you.
Don't you do that. I am a gangster rapper. Don't do that.
The last, I would say 4 months, you've been kind of doing a lot of social commentary that I haven't seen you do as passionately as I saw you on Instagram after the Mike Brown incident and when the riots and things started to take place. And you put up 2 posts on Instagram that really struck me from 2 different perspectives. You put one up from just being a angry young man who's been through a lot of things in America, been judged by their parents, and just kind of put up that perspective of how being dealt with a certain way caused you to be angry as a young person and understand where some of this angst comes from right now.
Angry, paranoid, suspicious, defensive, hostile, vulnerable. I mean, there's a lot of adjectives that could describe the way that America can make a young black man feel, especially when dealing with, positions of authority, like, authority figures. It almost feels like a person kind of present it to us as though our existence is insignificant. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, how long can that continue to happen before somebody say, nah, man, your existence is insignificant? Look, pow! You know what I'm saying? Like, how long can you, if you keep agitating the situation, you keep poking at a bear, you gotta expect to get bit. And that's like a big part of it. But on the flip side,
well, yeah, there was another post that you put up that also came from the perspective of wanting to be more organized and in control of our destiny.
Man, what the fuck are we doing? Like, really, like, what the fuck is this helping? You know what I'm saying? If you gonna act in strategic manners that's going to propel you forward in your journey, like, for real, man, hopping on one foot in one place in the middle of the jungle is not gonna get you home. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get stranded on an island and you just start hopping on one foot yelling, I wanna go home, you're just not going anywhere. You're gonna get tired of hopping, you're gonna get tired of yelling, you're gonna sit your head down, you're gonna say, nah, I gotta think of something that's gonna get me off this island. And that's the point I'm ready for us to get to. You know what I'm saying? I feel, man, just speaking honestly on my people, myself included, we have been acting in futility for quite some time, for decades. We have just been acting, just yelling, acting out with no real significant consequence nor progression, just acting out, talking about how bad it is, complaining and doing small things to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, man, to go burn your neighborhood down ain't hurting nobody but you. You know what I mean? The little shit that y'all could get together and own and actually say that this belongs to our community, you go burn that shit down. That is counterproductive, at the least.
Well, and I was surprised that, a lot of, people complain, and I'm sure some of you all noticed too. They were saying that, hip hop and people in hip hop weren't really taking an active voice in what was taking place in Ferguson or some of the things taking place around the world. So you put up those posts, but you also, a lot of people don't know, the song that you put out at that time, you had already recorded, I was told, before the incident took place, and you opted to put it out, called the new national anthem that we're gonna play next. Explain that.
For sure. The song was given to me by my artist, man, and friend, Victoria Monet and Tommy Brown, which is right there. What's going on? How y'all doing? Hey, man, I got impeccable timing. Come on, Victoria. Come on up on stage. Come on, honey. This is the honorable, incomparable Victoria Monet. She is the mastermind behind behind the hook of New National Anthem, as well as About My Issues, Stay, and others. She's worked with a lot more other people too, but they gave me the record and said, hey man, you need to do this. And I listened to it, and it was right around the time the Trayvon Martin thing was going on. I did it, recorded it. It was very uncomfortable to listen to in some rooms, but we felt that that was the most important thing about it.
What was, when you say uncomfortable, be more, what about it?
It's honest, and it attacks taboo subjects that the majority of America don't want you to really be talking about publicly. Like, for real, it's just, let's be honest. Everybody in this room, or 90% of this room, we are the minority of America. Just not get that fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so as significant or as valuable or as in order as our opinions may be, they are still the minority's opinion. And the majority don't want to hear the minorities talking about some shit that the majority don't think is the best thing for everybody to hear. So it's gonna be uncomfortable, but it's necessary, so we did it.
And anything you would like to say about the song before we play it for the people, since you were one of the original builders, architects of the idea?
Yeah, what did you think about when you made the hook? Like, because you wrote the hook before you actually presented it to me. What did you think?
I was just thinking about the state of our
Speak
our
up into the
race.
mic.
I was just thinking about the state of our race, and the best thing I could do is to express it through music. I can't go on CNN and have an interview and tell everyone to stop being violent and stop doing what you're doing, but the best thing I can do is just to write about it, and I feel like T.I. is a perfect artist to, have that voice, and the best thing we can do as a community is to respond to it and promote it and make sure that let it be known that we care about the issue. So I feel like it's super important.
And mind you, Victoria, she's a very soft-spoken, mild-mannered person, but she's the dopest motherfucker that you're going to hear in quite some time.
Thank you so much.
I'm talking about, I'm for real. Like, as far as, a lot of times when Vicky bring me a song, I sit and I listen to it, and I be like, man, who the fuck I'm gonna get to sing this? You know what I'm saying? And it's not many motherfuckers you could take a Victoria Monet record and get them to sing it. She dope.
She intimidates everybody as soon as they hear it, right?
She dope. She dope.
Thank
You ain't gonna she's not gonna lead it on, but as you hear her music, you'll see she dope as a motherfucker. But give it up for Victoria Monet.
Sounding wonderful.
Everybody.
Yo,
Thank
give
you
it
so
up for
much.
T.I. There's not a lot of artists that deal with what's going on socially in that manner today. So, I want to applaud you for that, for being brave enough to do that. I don't want that to just kind of go unnoticed, like that's a common thing.
Right.
Because it's very uncommon today to have social commentary in hip hop. So I just want to applaud you for that,
Well,
man.
thank you. I mean, I think that throughout my career, man, although Pharrell was courageous and brave enough to go out there and call me the Jay-Z of the South, I myself like to think that I kind of pull a page out of a lot of people's books, from Jay to Puff to LL to Ice Cube to Tupac to Scarface to Outkast. Like, I like to think that I kind of pulled a page out of a lot of people's book, and that was like my Ice Cube Tupac moment, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna miss that opportunity for nothing.
Give it up for this guy, man. Y'all make some noise. Y'all sit there. This guy's giving us he's giving us his music. He's let us into his family on TV.
Watch Family Hustle, by the way. You know what I'm saying? 9 o'clock on VH1.
There's a young lady, I know y'all know her song. We want to take a moment for her, right? And congratulate
Yeah, let's
her.
take a moment, man. Should you do this?
No, I think it's appropriate for you.
You want me to do
yeah,
it?
I think so. I mean, she came here because you're here. She didn't come here because I'm here.
Well, I mean,
she came here for you.
Don't be so goddamn pessimistic, man. She could have came. What if she came up here and said, I came for you, Ebro?
I would feel bad and I would apologize.
Well, but the point of the matter is that this young lady, man, you know what I'm saying, on the level of the core fundamental I guess what it means to be on some street shit. Like as a young lady, I think she's probably the first to do it as good as she doing it since the likes of an MC Light or something like that. Queen Latifah, like she on some whole other shit. And I fought with it because I didn't know she was a girl till I seen the video.
Say word.
I thought it was a little
young dude.
I thought it was a young nigga, man. I ain't bullshitting, but not on the scent because I respect
She gonna fuck up your whole family. She gonna fuck up your whole family.
I respected what she was saying enough that I
fuck
felt
up your
like
family. It's gonna be the family hustle.
This a little New Orleans nigga. You know what I'm saying? And she goddamn, man, really surprised me with her whole goddamn get down. And she
bring on up here. She just got a deal.
Loaf,
Give it up for Dej Loaf. Come on up, man. I want to show you some love.
Most recently signed to Columbia Records. Welcome to the family. Have a seat, man. And here, take my mic.
Yo, yeah. Now I'm told a lot of y'all. I'm sure y'all heard the song. We're gonna play the song and all that. But I wanted to bring you up because I heard you was working on it was a collaboration about to take place.
I dedicated some time and attention to the subject. You know what I'm saying? You will be hearing what we did together real soon. For sure. It's like that though. She right, man. She alley-ooped it off the backboard for me, man. You know what I mean?
You guys, Dej Loaf,
What up?
recently signed. You know, I don't want to get into. We're gonna do some real in-depth interviews with you, but you're from Detroit, correct?
Yeah, I'm from the east side of Detroit. You already know, man.
And I guess the first question I have for you is that how y'all pronounce family in Detroit, or that was just rhymed in the song? It worked out that way.
It just worked out in the song, you know, family. You know what I'm saying? With an O.
Family. And then the things that you're speaking about in the song are very dangerous sounding. Is that you speaking in first person, or that just the area that you come from?
This is the area that I come from, you know what I'm saying? I come from Detroit, crazy
Seem
place.
like a nice young lady. Like
I am.
I don't think you would want to make my stomach bubbly, as you say.
I mean, you know.
You don't look like you would, but I guess you could.
It depends, you know.
Don't try her.
Yeah.
Fuck up my whole family. Fuck up my whole family.
Yeah, just don't try me.
Yo, that shit sound real, right? That shit sound like it could really happen. Yo, thank you for coming up here. Big up this girl, man. Young lady, new artist.
Appreciate it.
Yo, get the mic back to Tip. Any last words before we get out of here?
One time for Dej Loaf, man. You know, welcome her to Columbia Records. You know what I'm saying? Represent Detroit. What up, though? Hey, man, y'all can look out for her, man. I think she has more things on the horizon that you should look into. But as far as what you were just saying.
Last words before we get up out of here. We got to wrap this up. Y'all want to get some photos with T.I. Y'all want to meet T.I. Y'all want to hang out with T.I. We're going to do all that. So before we get out of here, we're going to leave them with a remix that we got. But
oh, you got it?
No, we don't have that remix. We got a different remix. We got a different remix. But before we go, last words, they need to go cop this album. Tell them what to do.
Hey, man, for real, man, I think that paperwork, man, is the certification by definition. The word paperwork means the certification of items of authenticity. Okay, you go buy a car, you're looking for a title. You go buy a house, you're looking for a deed. You know, you go buy a Rolex, you're looking for a certificate in a box. You know what I mean? Me being an artist of authenticity, making music that is truly authentic, it should be presented by way of some paperwork. So, I mean, fuck that other shit you listening to for now. Simply because it ain't nothing else like this around. You know what I'm saying? Not taking nothing away from all of the motherfuckers who do it right now to the best of their ability. Wonderful. As good as you do what you do, you can't do what I do is better than I do it. Just simple as that. Because if you could, I wouldn't be here for so long. You know what I mean?
And on that note, give it up for T.I. Thank you for coming out. Shout out to all the Hot 97 family, the whole marketing team to put this together. Sony Music for making this happen. Y'all make sure you pick up that album Paperwork on sale right now. Hit it with that remix.
Hey.